I'm Claire from Created the Otter Way. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you spending some of your crafting time with me. This is my craft along video that I post every week when life doesn't get in the way. What are we making this week? Ta-da! Well, it's a bit flat and boring, doesn't it? But look at this. It is a swing card. I can't stop doing it because it's trying to work out in your head, hey, how did that happen? What have I used? I've used some Stampin' Up products from the new mini catalogue in the version that I've prepped to show you how we do it. I used Lifetime of Love stamp set and die set. It's probably better if I show you in the brochure really quickly. So Stampin' Up catalogues are bursting with ideas. I'm not even joking. There's about 4 or 5, maybe 6, 7 makes on each page for each stamp set, and it's just full of inspiration. So this is the Forever Love set. You can see it's pretty peacock colours, moody mauves, very vanilla, lots of gold accents in it. There's some paper that goes in with the suite. There's some lovely sticky little gems, some ribbon, all sorts basically. So if you're in the UK, you could always grab a catalogue from me. You can view the products online as well, but it's full of lots of ideas. If I just quickly turn to another page, there's another page full of ideas for a different set, but you could easily adapt those to stuff you've already got as well. Let's turn it again. Another ideas, like all sorts of things, not just cards, home deco stuff and all sorts of things. So that was what I used for my demo one. I used one of the dies and just layered it a few times and used the stamp set in the middle. So this one is all about weddings really. Perfect, because who doesn't love a lovely sparkly shiny card? And then the other side flips over and there's room to write your personal message, and that will fit in a standard envelope. So I didn't want to make exactly the same. I will show you how to do this design, but I wanted to mix it up a little bit. And on my VIP group on Facebook, that's exclusively for my customers, we have got a weekly challenge going at the moment, Reasons to Make a Card. And this week is a baby card. Now I was going to cheat and go through my retired stuff and do a baby card from dies and things that I've got, but I thought no, let's play fair. So I am using some paper that seems quite baby to me. It is lighter than air paper. So if I show you the page that's on, page 33, does that not say baby to you? It's lots of pastel colours, all sorts, mints, greens, lilacs, blues, everything going on there. It actually goes with a balloon stamp set, and I did think about using that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to mix it up a bit, and I'm going to mix it with some of the animals from Zoo Crew, just because I think that's quite nice for baby. So we are going to do the same card, but in these papers. So I've got a choice of papers here that it comes in 6 by 6. You get 48 sheets for £11.75. Or £11.25, no, £11.75, I was right the first time, but they're double-sided. Look, can you see? Absolutely beautiful. So we're going to use those papers, and I'm going to run you through this tricky looking card. Shall I show you it again? This tricky looking swing card that I've made super easy for you, okay? So it goes in the envelope like that, opens up like that, stands on the side like that. Ta-da! So let's make our own ta-da version. So I'm going to use my paper trimmer. Which just happened to be on the other side of the room. Stay connected with me. You can find me on Instagram or YouTube or a little bit on Pinterest. That's something I aim to work on. You can find me on Facebook. I post different reels, different ideas, all sorts of things. And like I say, if you end up being a customer of mine, you get to join the VIP group, and we have loads of fun in there as well. So you will need need what? Let me find the instructions. See, really simple. You just need a piece of card. What more can go wrong? So a card base that is 6 3/4 by 5 7/8. So it's not far off of your standard card, because obviously you want to fold it up and put it in a normal size envelope. As I said, I'm based in the UK, so my sizings are around that, but I have put the centimetre sizes as well, so you can screenshot that and work out what you need. As I'm talking, I will probably talk along in inches, just because that's what comes naturally, but I will talk you through it step by step as well. It looks really, really complicated, but it really isn't. It's a really nice card to have in your backup of fun folds, just when you want something a little bit different that's not too tricky. So the card base is that size. These are the score lines that we're doing on the longer side and the shorter side, and then it's just layering the DSP on top of it. Now when I do my designer series paper, I like to leave about 1/8 of an inch round, so you get a bit of a border. You can leave 1/4 of an inch, and you would need to adjust your sizes for that. But what I tend to do is show you how to make the card, and then I love to see how you go off and make it your own. Lots of people send me photos of their makes, which I absolutely love. You can do that via Instagram or Facebook Messenger, or you can just drop me an email at createtheottaway@gmail.com. Right, enough talking, yeah? Let's get on and craft. So the card base you need was 5 7/8, which I think this looks about right. Yeah, 5 7/8, but it needs to be 6 3/4 long. So now I didn't say, I'll give you some tips along the way. I try not to waffle too much, but I think it's important that we share tips with each other. So I've actually, because it's just a card that stands like that, I've gone for a thicker base card. So I'm using the thicker basic white card from Stampin'Up. This one I use the thicker Very Vanilla, just because I want it to be a bit stronger. The designer series paper will add to the strength, but I just wanted a really good base to start with. So 6 3/4 by 5 7/8. So 6 3/4. It actually, when you cut it off, it actually looks really small. I just realised that my scorer has popped off. Hang on. Now that's just silly, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Goodness me, thank goodness I noticed. I'd look right woolly, wouldn't I, trying to score with a cutting blade. So look, doesn't that look diddy? It looks really diddy for a card that's going to fold back and forth. But that is the size that we need. 6 3/4, 5 7/8. So what we need to do now, just put that arm back in, and we're going to need that scoring blade. So I am actually going to swap my blades around, so the cutting blade is right out the way and my scoring blade is at the top. Now how did I do that? That was really naughty of me, wasn't it? Because it was off camera. So on the Stampin' Up paper trimmer, there's a little bit of a extra wide bit there that allows you to pop a new blade in, take the old one out. Won't do it now, will it? Look, just like that. So I've swapped them around, so the cutting blade's down the bottom, because I've had a go at making this card a few times and I keep cutting instead of scoring, which is really frustrating. So make sure that you've got the 6 3/4 side at the top, okay? And you're going to do some scoring on that side. So the longer side needs to be where you're going to be doing your scoring. You're going to score at 1 1/4, and you're going to do the whole length of this, okay? So 1 1/4, just like that. 2 3/4, 2 3/4, 4, and then 5 1/2. Okay, just like that. Now that should give you 5 panels, okay, going across. There should be 5 panels that you can see. White card's not always the best to see on camera. Don't know if I angle it. It's really, really dark outside, not because it's night time, because it's the middle of the day, but we're just in the middle of a storm, so it's so dark. So there's 5 lines going downwards. We're going to turn it round sideways so that the shorter end is at the top where I'm going to score, and I'm going to score at either end at 1 1/4 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to score it at 1 1/4 on that side and lift it up and spin it right the way around and do it 1 1/4 on the other side, and that is it. Now, I've seen this swing card where they've just sort of cut the frame out in the middle, which is great. You can do that, but what I like to do is use the lines as my frames. So you can see where I've scored down. It gives me somewhere to put my designer series paper, and I can make it fit a lot easier. Otherwise, what I'm trying to do is do this big sort of C shape here of paper, and it all gets a bit messy and fiddly and I get frustrated. Craft for me should be stress-free. I think if you're going to spend some time sitting and crafting, it's to get away from the stresses of life, not to add to them. So stress-free crafting, follow me. So we've got 5 panels, 2 going down the side. Now the middle panel, this one and this one, is the bits that sort of give it the strength through the middle. So what we're going to do now is cut this line out here. Now again, because we've already done the score lines, we can just follow those score lines. So if you bring this over to this side, okay, and you line it up again at 1 1/4, you're going to cut this time from that line to that line, okay. So this time I do need my cutting blade. Now you can use, can you see this? Probably not. On the side, just trying to see if you can see it on camera, there's a little line on the edge of the Stampin' Up cutting blade, and that tells you the middle of where your blade is. So if I line that up with this line here, which is going to be tricky because I'm right at an angle, and I press down into the card, okay, making sure that it was at 1 1/4, which I didn't do, but it looks like I might be safe. Okay, do that again, and then I'm going to pull down on it until I see this line here, this score line here. So if I take that up, it's actually cut that line there, okay. Just lift that up so you can see. So I'm going to spin it round, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. So I'm lining it up at 1 1/4 again, okay, making sure that that is right because the score line goes all the way down. And I'm going to line up my blade first. So I line up the side, press down, pull it down, can feel that it's cutting until I get to my second score line there. So I'm just going to lift that up, and you can see that that's been cut out. Okay, so I'm going to flip it round sideways so the line that's already cut top and bottom is there. I'm going to find 1 1/4 again. Okay, you can see the score line again. Now this time you need to be careful because you do not want to cut this middle bit. So what I'm going to do is do a cut line from here up and from here down, okay, not on that bit. So I'm going to put my finger there to remind me. I'm going to line this blade up first on the middle, and I'm just scoring up to that first, cutting up to that first line. Okay, then I'm going to lift it up and have a look. Okay, yeah, that looks about right. I'm going to bring it down. I'm now on this score line. I haven't cut across the middle. Coming down to that line there. So that's now cut as well. So if I'm really careful, can you see that that corner is cut out and that corner is cut out? It feels like it's take a breath time. Okay, spin it round. and do exactly the same on the other side. You're nearly there. So line it up 1 1/4 with that school line all the way down. Do not cut the middle panel, so put your finger there to remind you. Find the school line here, make sure that's lined up with your cutting blade. Press it in and move it up to the top. Okay, let's have a look. Yay, it's done. Do the same again. Don't want it cut on this time, in the middle line. Come down. Let's have a look. Okay, this is the moment of truth. So now I should have this bit is free, but the middle bit is left in. Okay, so what I do is fold these 2 panels forward. So I've just done it like that, and this one goes like that. So you end up with that. Okay, should we do that again? So it's cut out. The first 2 panels folded back, and the last 2 panels fold that way. Now we just get to decorate it. Okay, so grab a pen. You're going to need to write down some sizes, okay? So this is the paper that I've chosen. I've already cut it into strips. Now front and back are the same sizes. So you need 2 pieces that are 1 1/8 by 5 3/4, because they are going to go there and there. And then if I flip it over, they're going to be the same on the other side, okay? Then you're going to need 8 pieces, okay, that are going to be the little pieces for here. They need to be 1 1/8 by 1 3/8. Now you can see that I've done a contrast in paper on this one, whereas on my other card I kept it the same, but on the other side I contrasted it, and I quite like that. So we've gone back to doing that this time. I'd love to see what you do, whether you keep the paper the same or whether you do it different. Okay, so that's that. And also I've used the same paper, but I'm alternating it. So remember, you need 8 pieces of that are 1 1/8 and 1 3/8. 4 for the front, 4 for the back. Then I'm going to use this card. This is Pool Party, and it's one of the coordinating colours that are in the paper. Stampin' Up are brilliant at that. They let you know on the paper packs what colours match it. So 1 there and 1 there, and they are 1 1/8 by 1 1/8, and I'm going to do the same on the back. So I've got those for the back. And then the middle bit, so I want to really emphasise that there is a bit of a frame. So I've done a rectangle that's just 1 1/8 smaller, and it ties in with the top and bottom card as well. Now that is 4 1/8, so it's 4 1/8 that way by 3 1/4, and I'm going to layer it with some white card, because that's what I'm going to do my little friend on. I'm going to put him on there, and I'm going to do a nice little sentiment, maybe jazz it up a bit as well. So that's what I'm going to do on one side. So let's go ahead and stick that. Now this is the bit where, if you're really clever with technology, you speed it up. I just like you to see it in real time. So I'm just going to glue, and we can chat, or you can cut all your pieces while you're waiting. It won't take long if the glue works, because I just realised I forgot to get a new glue. I've learnt my lesson from doing craft videos. It doesn't matter how much prep you do, as soon as you get ready to put everything together, either the glue's gone or it's stuck and won't bring any more out. There's somebody at the door. The cat wants to go out. I've got 2 cats, Amber and Rosie, ginger girls. Absolutely love them to bits, talk to them like they're my babies. But usually as soon as I'm videoing, they are like, right, we need feeding, we need to go out. Today they're both hiding because of the storm, so it's a bit quiet with them not around. So this is quite quick to put together, so hopefully you are bearing with me. What are you thinking about the new colours in the catalogue, the new papers? There's some really lovely sets, isn't there? Really lovely. The one about the Lifetime of Love, the one I made the first card with, oh my goodness, I love the dies in it. They are just so gorgeous and so delicate. I've really got more into die cutting than stamping. I think because I've got rheumatoid arthritis, sometimes it's quite tricky to do stamping. So die cutting is like a no fail. You always get really good results, don't you? It's just about what card you use, what colours you use, and put them together. So I've really become a fan of die cutting. So maybe my next make will just be all about how to use your dies. Okay, that's going to go there. It's looking good so far. I like the white card has a border around it. Oh, I can really hear the storm. Thank goodness I haven't lost electric. Okay, I've got to go out in it in a minute as well. Oh. Okay, so that's the front. Already it looks good, doesn't it? Already I'm thinking baby card. Okay, so my layers, I'm going to put that straight on. Another tip, if you don't want to use so much of your glue, because sometimes the Tombow glue really pours out. If you lay your card down and bring the glue to your card, apart from the fact that my glue is nearly run out, you get less pouring out because you're of the angle that you're at. Okay, so you've got more control over the glue, unless of course you use double-sided tape. Okay, so that's just going to go on there. I'm not going to stick that on until I've stamped or decided. So I'm going to just have a look. Yep, I am happy with that. I'm going to flip it over and do this side really quickly. And I'm aware that I'm taking a long time doing this. So I would just decorate one side, and then I'll ask you to pop onto my Instagram or my Facebook to see it completely finished, but you'll get the effect. And I think the Dear Zoo animals are going to go really well with this to make it a baby card. So girls, I'll be ahead of the game. VIP girls, I'll be done for my challenge card this week. Okay, I'm going to try and do these all in one go because the glue's right at the bottom of its thing. Da-da. So I do have a newsletter that I send out weekly. If you go onto my website, createtheottaway.co.uk, you can sign up for that, and that lets you know about crafty events. Oh, nearly put that in the wrong bit. Craft events, special offers that I'm running, a stamp kit club that I do, Zoom get-togethers, all sorts, and that comes out weekly. Again, when life doesn't get in the way. But I do try and keep on top of that every week. You can ask me questions, you can send me your pictures, and just get to know each other, really. We're nearly there, just the middle bit to do on this side. Oh, that was lucky, it nearly stuck to the wrong bit. Okay, there's that. There's that. I don't know how long I've been. I'll try and keep my videos short because it's frustrating when you're just waiting for somebody to finish, aren't you? You just want to get on and give it a go. But we've got to have a ta-da moment. So that's that bit. Oh, okay. Now, you should be able to see if that works, both sides. look at that. And if I flip it over, that's nice. I really like that. Okay, so this and this. Okay, one of them is going to have that on, and one of them is going to have that on. And then I've got a mix of sentiments. I've got heartfelt hexagon, and I'm going to use sending you lots of love. Okay, so I've got that and my block. So we could do this pretty quickly, and I'm going to use Lost Lagoon. It's darker than Pool Party, and I'm hoping that that will make the card stand out. Okay, I want to leave room for that doggy, don't I? Yeah, I like that. Okay, he is going to get glued on very quickly. I will add some more embellishments. I'll let you go first. So he is just going to, so I've just die cut him, I fussy cut him from the paper, the Zoo Crew paper. Now I could have just stamped, but actually it gives a 3D look without me having to do anything, just because he stands a bit prouder from the card. Oh, he's cute. Okay, which bit is going to be my front? I think that's going to be the front. So he's going to go on the back. Let's just stick him on. Oh, goodness me. Come on, glue, last bit. Yeah, look, we're going to do it. Stand that up. Put him on there. I really, really love this heartfelt hexagon set. If you haven't got it in your basket, you need to grab it because it's such a good set. Look, birthday, sympathy, all sorts of things, wedding. Perfect. Okay, look at that. He already looks cute, doesn't he? Okay, now this one, he's going to go there. Okay, he's going to go there. And what am I going to have on this one? So I had a look through my sets because obviously I'm thinking baby. I love this, Overjoyed for You in This New Journey. I thought that could be your new journey as new parents, so I'm going to use that. That's from the Everyday Details. Overjoyed for You in Your New Journey. And then I was looking for a congratulations or something to celebrate, something great to celebrate you. Not sure about that, so I've gone for just the congratulations in this set, which is Best Family Ever. So, Overjoyed for You on This New Journey. Let's stick that on first. See if I can get this straight. Do I want congratulations underneath or next to? Let's put it above. Overjoyed, that's a bit wonky. It is wonky, I don't like it wonky. Turn it over. Card has two sides. Thank goodness. Okay. I'm going to just quickly do it. Okay. And then the congratulations. What is that? Congratulations. Just there. That can go there. Look at that, it's lovely. And he's just going to go there. Just like that. Can we get some glue on there? And then I've got some die cut balloons from the Zoo Crew set that I might put over these balloons just to make it stand out even more. So they are like so. Where are my balloons? Up there. Yeah, look at these. So the dies that come with it, yeah, I think they look nice. Okay, so have we got any? No, I'm just going to stick them on like that. So it's going to go like that, just over the top. See, it now looks like a baby card, doesn't it? There's a yellow one. Where's the yellow one? So if you've liked this video and you're gonna love the ta-da moment, subscribe and you get to see one every week. If you really love them, click the notification bell and it will send you a notice every time I post a new video, and then you'll never miss out. You can shop with me at createtheottaway.co.uk for all your Stampin' Up supplies, and I'd love to see what you make, so please send them. Okay, that's on there, and then apart from a little bit of bling that I need to put, right, which way round is it going to go? That's it. So ta-da! Let's move those out the way, and you can see the cards together. Ta-da! Which one is your favourite? I don't really know. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon.